Fur or feathers, 2 legs or 4, everyone and everything deserves a place to call home. In these days of rising housing costs, that's easier said than done, especially for the less well-off. Well, now a residence that experts describe as having recently resembled a Dickensian doss house has been given a new lease of life. And as Simon Royal explains, it's providing a happy place for birds, humans and would-be pet owners.
Lauren Fraser is on a mission.
Oh, Mum, look at the flowers.
One can find almost anything at the central markets, and what the 11-year-old wants most is here.
Pet shop.
At this point, though, it's still a matter of negotiation.
Do you think they should be the same colour?
She's keen, Mum's less so.
Oh, I reckon I thought we could. Yeah, we definitely could. She's been wanting it for a long time.
Means yes. Had this on camera.
So Lauren Fraser still faces a bit of work to get a pet, but that pales compared to what it's taken to get the Finches here in the first place. And that's been a labour of love by Andris Green and Wayne Ashby.
Well, basically it started as just a program to get people involved in something other than sitting in their rooms, or just something to get people involved and out and about, and just something that was of benefit to the whole community here.
The men live at Unity Housing's South Terrace complex. It's a boarding house for homeless and vulnerable people, and they've been breeding birds for the pet shop since the beginning of the year.
I think the boys are great. I think they're a lovely bunch of boys. They are just really happy to come in and have a chat. If I've got any information that they want, they'll ask, and it's really nice.
They breed budgies as well, but it's the Finches that have smuggled their hearts.
Here you go, babies. Some fresh water.
They've guided their charges from eggs to adults, changing the water daily, collecting fresh nesting and branches.
There we go, mate. Just what we're after.
Their ambition is that their birds all find good homes, but still it's difficult for any parent when the chicks finally leave the nest.
Yeah, it's hard, but you get used to it, I think.
You sound like surrogate.
Surrogate mummy.
Well, I've never had children, so for me it's the closest.
Yeah, surrogate mummy, yeah. Yeah, I suppose you could call us that. Yeah, I wouldn't be ashamed to have that name. Rewarding. Yeah, for sure. Well, I hope they go to a family or an elderly couple or something like that, something that they can bring some sort of joy to someone.
Yeah, they can look after and spend time with them.
You know, because like they've brought us heaps of joy, haven't they?
Yeah, and if the time you spend with them, you get rewarded with that.
And reward is a word that they use often, because both Andris Green and Wayne Ashby say these little birds have helped them make big changes.
I had a drug habit, and that was also coupled with mental illness, being anxiety and panic disorder. Yeah, that was a real struggle, and for a number of years I did struggle, but I've been 2 years clean now, with a lot of help from the staff here.
I was living in Melbourne for 10 years, and I was in a major drug habit, and I tossed a coin, decided whether to stay in Melbourne or come over here. Like, we've gone through a lot together. We've
supported each other.
We've come off the drugs together.
Just sort of rewarding friendship. Definitely.
Yeah, it's just being there for each other. You know, without living in each other's pockets, so to speak.
And that's where Unity Housing comes in. Both Wayne Ashby and Andris Green say this isn't a boarding house, it's home, and a good one at that.
Welcome to my humble abode. As you can see, we have the kitchen area, which then flows nicely into the bedroom area. And as you can see here, the entertainment area, where I have everything I need at my fingertips.
So this place, Unity Housing, has also played a role in Andris and Wayne being able to get their lives back together. But it hasn't always been that way. Not so long ago, you wouldn't have wished to stay in this place on your worst enemy. It was called the Afton Boarding House, and it was seen as a place of last resort.
It was, you'd have to say, Dickensian, substandard, and had been run effectively, it was an old-style doss house, writ large.
A $13 million state government makeover later, it's now run by Unity Housing, a non-government, not-for-profit housing company. CEO Matthew Woodward believes making people feel proud of where they live can help solve homelessness.
We're all the same. We're treated with respect and dignity, and given a level of amenity which encourages one, makes one feel valued. then people respond to that.
We couldn't have done this 2 years ago, 3 years ago. No way knowing. You know, like, that's... And I was speaking to one of the staff here today, I said, look how far we've come since the old Afton days. And
yeah, that's right, yeah. So you were totally two different people.
Two different people.
Both Andris Green and Wayne Ashby say a person learns to value their own life more by taking care of another, and they'd be more than happy to help convince Lauren Fraser's mum, or indeed any other would-be bird owner, of that.
It might seem to the people that have their own, that have a family life, and that something so small can be so rewarding, but in an environment like this, it is.
Yeah, it hasn't been better. Life has not been better since.
Good night, guys.